gave on the 16th of December 2024, to use this opportunity right now to take this opportunity to appreciate and give a round of applause to President Zuma for having founded the Congress Party. So, when Umkhonto Wesizwe Party was founded, a lot of people could not believe it. And some of us had the opportunity to be appraised in October 2023. And none of us would believe that President Zuma could take a bold decision to start an organization for somehow an organization which he had served before for more than 6 years. That was one of the boldest actions. That is why some of us did not even have an iota of fear to leave just a 10-year-old organization because we had seen that for a just and revolutionary cause, anything else has to be done correctly. And I think that let us take an opportunity as well to thank the voters of South Africa, here in KwaZulu-Natal and all the provinces for giving their confidence to Umkhonto Wesizwe Party within 6 months of its existence. So Umkhonto Wesizwe Party is one of the 2 black political parties in South Africa whose votes can be counted in millions. So there is no any other political party except the outgoing ruling party and the Congress which can say we are voted and supported by millions of people. Because that is the reality of the situation. Now, we have distributed copies of the Constitution to all the guests that have joined us for this gathering. The Gala dinner to mark the first day of the Congress season. So on page 6 of that Constitution, the last sentence emphasizes an important point that unity of the progressive forces is an important tool in the hands of the oppressed. That in whatever we seek to do, we should fight towards the unification of all the progressive forces. And that is the agenda that we are in pursuit of. The national chairperson is correct that we had said that before we call the treasurer general, we should inform everyone else of just where are we now. That today is exactly 12 months since the Congress Party was formed. But we currently have got representation in the National Assembly with 58 spaces for National Assembly. In terms of the representation, 5 members of the National Council of Provinces, and therefore official opposition in national parliament. But also about 87 of the 80 members of the provincial legislature here in KwaZulu-Natal province. In Gauteng province, we have got 8 out of the 80 members of the provincial legislature. In Mpumalanga, we have got 8 out of the 40 members of the provincial legislature. In Mpumalanga, Umkhonto Wesizwe is the official opposition as well. The second biggest political party. And we exist in all the provinces. And our organization is founding in the correct direction. And just a key highlight of where we are now. So the Constitution, which was adopted on the 26th of September 2024, is establishing 4 organizations at the same time. So Umkhonto Wesizwe is the mother body organization with its own leadership structures and systems. And Umkhonto Wesizwe Women's, which is still going to have its own leadership structures from national level, provincial level, regional level, ward level, and VP level. We're also establishing the MK Youth League, which is going to exist in our communities to mobilize young people under the age of 18. We are also establishing the MK Students Movement, which will be the student wing of Mkondo. So despite the fact that the MK has got access to some resources that are allocated by Parliament, because we are represented in 7 of the 9 provincial legislatures, our financial obligations, because we are at formative stages, will be far much more greater. We have to still establish the provincial offices in all the 9 provinces. And we have to establish regional offices and brick and mortar offices in all the 54 regions of this business of government. So here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, we still have to establish an office in Kanyamule, Zululand, and Kuku, Liland, Nyati, in Amaju, here in all the 11 regions of KwaZulu-Natal, we still need to have brick and mortar offices in Jukal, the region in Alwal North, Krisari region in Komani, Nafred, Zoli, Amatore, Walter, in Nelson Mandela Bay municipality in Buffalo City. In the Mombo, we still have to establish offices in Mopani region, in Rwanda, in Waterberg, in Cape Coast, in Skuku. We still need to have offices in all the 3 regions of Mpumalanga, of Tanzania, of Gala, of Ferrara. We still need to have offices in the northwest regions, the doctors of Dr. Ruth Komosi Makande region, of Magamudilmerema region, of Takina Kaunda region, and Bojanani. We still have to have offices in all the regions of Northern Cape, in Francis Bar, which is around Kibaru. We have to have the proper offices in Pixie, in Namamba, in ZF, in Kau, and in Jonta, with Haitira region. We still have to have offices in the whole of Western Cape, in Central Kabru, in the Southern Cape, in Overbeck, in the West Coast, Cape Winelands, and in Cape Verde. We still need to have offices in Gauteng, in Tswana, in City Bay, in Johannesburg, in Ekurhuleni, in the Western. And all of those offices should have staff members, must be accessible to the people, must interact with the people from time to time, must be where people go to consult and be in contact with the controllers. The offices are just a point of contact with an otherwise huge organization. But also on top of all these offices which are going to establish in all corners of South Africa, we still have to prepare to take over all the municipalities in the local government elections of 2026. These municipalities have been under misgovernance for a very long time. Here in eThekwini, already Mkondo Wesizwe is majority of the people of eThekwini have already given their faith and their vote to Mkondo Wesizwe. And that should apply to all the metropolitan municipalities that Mkondo Wesizwe should have to take over. And in preparation of that, Comrade President, as an organization, we have to build organizational unity and policy capacity to support all our employees in local government. Because there's a huge crisis in local government when municipalities are unable to gain access to conditional grants and the basic resources that they need for their survival. As an organization, we need to have solid systems to support all our municipalities. So because we are still at formative stages, our financial obligations will be far much greater. And we will encourage all willing and capable South Africans, whatever amount can be put on the teaching seems to that, to contribute whatever can be done. It can be donation in cash or in kind. Avail offices for control season. Avail whatever little resources to make sure that this movement, which is going to unify all the progressive forces as well as available resources. Because on top of all this work which we are doing, as the President indicated in the address yesterday in Mozambique, we asked him going to unify and include within the organization of policies other political organizations who are even represented now in parliament, in legislatures, and in councils. So it's not a dream that in 2026, so voter award. That is what the message came out of yesterday's program, which was presided over by the President and organized properly by the province of KwaZulu-Natal working with the leadership. And as the national chairperson had said, on behalf of the organization, we still want to apologize to the regions of Gala, which is in Alfred municipality, Bosna Balele, and Katam. And here, which is Oxford, Mzukulu, Dr. NPZ municipality, and Ushebezu. And also apologize to Kanaku, Sarabila, and Josili, to Tabisi. Also apologize to Zululand, which is a Dume, Nongoma, Toulouse, Ulun, for not having provided the transport. There were so many much more difficult circumstances which the organization got to confront them with. We did everything in our power to provide transport for everyone to come to the rally to celebrate the first birthday of Ukondo season, but we still were able to go ahead and have a successful program. I know that even in Kiptotwali, there were areas that were affected in Lalazi, in Nkanda as well. There were people who were left behind who could not come to the first birthday celebration. And we have already decided, President, that the leadership we are going to visit all the regions that did not come to Mozambique before the end of this year. And we will talk to them. We will also avail to them the t-shirts which otherwise would have been distributed in Mozambique Stadium, so that all of us are one. There was no ill intention in those that could not attend the program. Comrades, ladies and gentlemen, the rule of South Africa, we want to appreciate the support that Congress is receiving and calling on all of us to continue to provide support. We are leading a responsible organization. That is the capacity, that is demonstrated its capacity even within 12 months of existence. It is an organization that is here to stay, so let us give it our maximum and full support under the capable leadership of our President,